Hey, this is Buzz with Pickleball University. Thanks for joining us here on the channel. Today we are interviewing Kevin Huckle, CEO of Tyrol Pickleball. They make some of the finest shoes specifically for pickleball. And without further ado, here's my great conversation with Kevin. Hey, this is Buzz with the Pickleball University. We are a great e-magazine talking all about all things pickleball. And today I am joined by none other than Kevin Huckle right over here, who is the CEO of Tyrol. If you've not heard of Tyrol, you're going to learn a lot in this segment. Kevin, thanks so much for being with us, man.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, Buzz.
Yep. Kevin is a 40-year veteran of the shoe business, which is to say that he is like the Obi-Wan Kenobi of it, and it's amazing the kind of work that he's done to build a specific shoe for the pickleball community, and no one better to talk about it than Kevin, and a remarkable product, I gotta say, man, unbelievable.
Well, it's been a passion of love. And hate at times.
Yeah, I'm sure. Some of the stuff that we love in life gives us pain. I get it.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I myself was a diehard Nike wearer, and Kevin got a hold of me September of last year, and I practically sleep in these shoes. They're really terrific, and I know many of the concerns of players out there are around comfort, stability, breathability, and durability. Those kinds of things all matter. And Kevin took that formula and worked it to a perfection, I have to say. It's unbelievable.
Well, we delivered our first product and found that the rubber was too soft,
yeah,
and the soles wore out on our shoes. It cost us a lot of money to replenish inventory and to make our consumer happy, which we did.
Yep.
And chose to learn from that,
yep,
and came back stronger than ever, and partnered with our friends at Vibram, and made a whole world of difference.
Yep.
So the durability standpoint, there's not a better or harder wearing shoe in the marketplace.
Yep. And what he's talking about isn't falling on deaf ears, because most of you out there realize that what we play on is akin to sandpaper on steroids. It just chews up shoes left and right, and Vibram did a really terrific job of creating a sole for you guys that is amazing.
Yeah, they actually did a whole new formula just for this.
Is that right?
It's called Exabrade 40, and it's designed to be basically playing pickleball on heated sandpaper, because not only are these silica grit surfaces rough, yep, they're also extremely hot when you get into the areas like here in Florida or Arizona, California, Texas. I mean, those are hot playing surfaces.
Definitely.
So it's basically akin to playing on hot sandpaper.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And everybody knows in this business, whether you're playing with balls or paddles or shoes, stuff wears out. But one of the best investments is the one that you don't have to keep making like week in and week out or month in and month out. And Kevin's product, in no small way, it really stands up against that punishing surface. And we were just talking about it today. We're in Southwest Florida today doing this, and it's got to be about 90 degrees on the courts right now.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. And we're only in late February here. And so as the summer approaches and everyone gets out there and playing, you know, heat, sweat, and durability are big deals.
Yeah,
yep,
for sure. And, you know, not to mention when you're playing on these heated surfaces, you know, you really do need a ventilated footwear product.
Yep.
If you don't have that ventilation, you're not giving your foot, which has about 100,000 sweat glands in the bottom of your foot, which no one seems to realize, but your feet actually perspire more than any other part of your body. And so when we identified that, we said, you know, you've got to give that perspiration a place to go and wick moisture away from the foot, so that, because if it stays in the shoe, it pools, and if it pools, you start slipping, and if you start slipping, you start getting blisters. So we've tried to build all of that into the product, and we've been pretty successful at it, because people really notably see the difference when they try our shoe.
Yeah. I was kind of taken by it because I said to Kevin, what do you recommend for an insole? And he goes, you wouldn't want to do that. And I go, why? And he goes, because you're going to block one of the best parts of the shoe. It's this flow-through ventilation kind of effect that they did, where it really has the breathability and the ability to wick moisture away from the foot. And as the months get hotter, this is a big deal to people, because that's how blisters get formed, right?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly. Any kind of moisture starts slippage in your foot. foot, especially in an action sport like pickleball.
Yep. And the other thing that Kevin did with the shoe, which we thought captured our imagination, is that there's a lot of starting and stopping, as you know, whether you're rushing up to the non-volley zone or you're going back to the service line or lateral moves left to right. And he made a good accommodation in the toe box to allow for that very activity, right?
Right. And the biggest thing is in a start-stop, quick action movement. We looked at the kinetic movement of the sport on the court when we designed our shoe,
Yep.
and one of the key elements was so many people who were testing our shoes said, just find me some relief that I don't get black toenails and bruised toes.
Sure.
And so we really worked hard at that. We developed a deeper toe box, so not only is it wider, but it's also deeper. And that seems to have done the trick. I mean, people come back and say they can play hours in our shoe,
Yep.
which sometimes is a blessing and sometimes it isn't.
Right. Particularly if you're losing, then you don't care how comfortable it is.
Exactly.
Talk a bit about the heel, because that's another integral part of the design, right?
People very seldom realize that heel fit is a heel construction in a shoe is actually the engine that drives a shoe. If you don't have good heel fit, you're not going to get any fit in a shoe that you're going to go out and really work hard at, forward and action type movement. The heel needs to be locked into the back of the shoe, and we have the curvature of our shoe and the heel area actually locks it in with the Achilles tendon. And so when you lock that heel fit in, you really want to eliminate any kind of side-to-side action movement in your shoe. The other thing that it does is that heel piece works in conjunction with a TPU shank, which actually gives the shoe very strong rigidity to prevent ankle rollover.
Yep.
And that's another injury that we see on a regular basis in the sport of pickleball.
Yep.
So,
well, stability, certainly we've seen it on courts where there's someone that either nearly rolls over an ankle or does, and the recovery time is significant. And
especially
sometimes
as we get older.
Yeah,
you
as
don't
we
feel
get,
like you used to.
Yeah, no kidding. And so then it becomes chronic, and then you're looking at maybe not playing either very much or if at all.
Yeah.
So the investment in shoes is probably at this point trumping even the consideration of paddles. I mean, everyone talks about paddles. Shoes are, I think, pulling ahead of that in the discussion, right?
Well, I think the difference being is, paddles, becomes a preference. People like, the feel of a paddle and can they get more power or spin or, weights and whatnot. It's all important. But footwear is really integral to the health, to your health, to your body health. And that's the biggest area that we want to address when we're building our shoe, is to ensure that you can play the sport in the best designed, most stable footwear that can be made for the sport itself.
Absolutely. Well, one of the key things that we featured Kevin's great footwear on the EMAG at Pickleball University was that we're doing a whole thing on health. We've had a whole section on prehab, and and then we're going to have stuff on supplemental. And we thought it's a perfect place, as Kevin just mentioned, about overall health in general, beginning with the foot. And so you could exercise and stretch all you want, but if you're wearing the wrong shoe for this demanding sport, you're probably looking at some kind of injury despite your best efforts. So we're trying to be pretty holistic about it, and certainly, Kevin, thank you so much for sharing all the information on Tyrol. And you're at TyrolPickleball.com, right?
We are.
Yeah.
It's TyrolPickleball.com.
Yeah,
right.
And you can go there. They're also featured in several outlets that you frequent to buy a lot of your pickleball gear, but you can go easily to their site, and you guys ship pretty quickly, I think, right?
We're pretty good.
Yep.
Now that we can finally get supply.
Yeah, that's no longer a problem too much, huh?
Well, it's getting better.
Yeah. Well, the problem he's got is that so many people love the shoe, he can't keep them in stock. So it's not so much a supply chain issue as it is a demand issue, which is a good problem to have. My thanks again to Kevin for joining us and telling us all about his terrific shoes. If you have not checked them out, do so at your local outlet or order a pair and become a believer, and can't say enough about that. Thanks for joining us here at Pickleball University. Again, this is Buzz. We will talk to you again soon. Really appreciate Kevin taking some time to talk with us here at Pickleball University about Tyrol Pickleball shoes. They are definitely worth getting, and they are specifically designed for the game, as you heard, so take advantage of getting those. If you do, go to tyrolpickleball.com and use our 10% discount code, which is PB University. That's PB University for 10% off for your pair of Tyrol shoes. You will not regret it, I am sure. For more information on Pickleball University, come to pickleballuniversity.com for our weekly e-magazine and see all the latest happenings in the world of pickleball there. Great information source for you for the game. This is Buzz. We will talk with you again soon and look forward to catching up with you on the courts. Thanks.